Yo. Let's blow stuff up.
So sorry, I was mid-sneeze there. Folks, welcome back. Look at that. It's the Producer Lounge.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight.
It is once again a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday in Upper Greendale.
Oh, we moved back.
Well, we just moved to Upper. I don't remember what the suburb's called. It starts with an X. It's very strange. It's like xylophone or something. Yeah. But folks, we want to welcome you back. This is episode 122. We were not here last week. We apologize. We had internet connectivity issues.
Yep.
That's right.
It has since been resolved. Our connection is now excellent. And
top
our
tier
connection to y'all is also excellent. Hopefully to your heart of hearts.
Yep. We connect with you.
To bring you our heart of hearts, we brought you Worn In.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, legend.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Worn In.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Yeah. I haven't been in this setup before. Or this new setup.
You haven't been in Upper State?
No.
He hasn't.
All
First
right.
time.
Well, welcome up here. It's nice.
So high off the ground.
Worn out, beat him to the punch. He was one of our other guests.
It's true.
My biggest rival.
Your biggest rival.
Dude, get out of here.
His biggest rival, folks. Folks, if you're new to the podcast, or the broadcast, as we like to call it, this is our show about music production. We're just going to chat about it, discuss it, share our feelings and our woes.
It's an open circle.
And before we get started, I'm going to do a quick shout-out to a couple followers in the last couple days.
What?
I know.
Wow.
Shout out Do More Music. Shout out Explain Jazz to Me.
Shout out Do More. Shout out Explain Jazz.
Hey.
Crazy.
Shout out Creasy right now for the Prime sub.
Oh, Creasy in the
Thank you,
heezy.
my friend.
What's up, G-Thang?
What's
big
up, dude?
boy? Shout out Mr. J Will Beats.
Oh, J-Will. Yeah.
J. Will.
Damn, a bunch of people showing up.
Shout out Black Rose
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn.
I remember Black Rose.
Black
Yeah.
Rose.
Dude,
Shout
all
out
of
Black Rose.
All of my favorite
Black
contestants
Rose.
from the contest are showing up.
Shout out the real Matt Hat. Or you can pronounce it the real
Are we quiet?
Math at.
Are we quiet?
Math at.
We might be a little quiet, I guess.
He is wondering.
It does look like it's reacting strange.
Just a little
Give me a
bit.
second. And shout out Just Robim.
Just
Bim.
Just Robin. So
check the old interface.
gotta check it.
Word.
So boys, what do you call fapping to dubstep?
I don't know.
Is this a joke? You have
It's
this
about to be.
prepared?
Have this prepared.
Okay.
Really?
Go ahead.
Wubbing one out. Damn.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a
Banger.
couple, I'm gonna need
You're
a
welcome.
couple minutes, dude.
I dropped that like a year and a half ago on the Whittler stream.
Oh, hell yeah.
I put it as like my SoundCloud description when he was doing a feedback thing. And he like said it on the stream and he's like, I don't know whether to ban this kid or mod him.
Wow.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's
Right.
amazing.
I can also check the
And
volume
you
on my phone
you
here.
got banned, right?
I got banned. Yeah,
Yeah, you got banned.
He was like, oh yeah, fuck this kid.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
What is this weird glurping song? I don't need to hear this.
He was like, yeah, fuck this kid. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, it seems good.
Just a little bit of game.
Just a
Does
little
that feel
bit.
better, Creasy? Yeah.
Cree,
Let's
sounding
go.
much better. Thank you, Cree.
Sounded much better. You heard my joke though, right? Here, I'll say it again.
Cree, are you laughing really hard right now?
Dubstep Faps is wubbing one out.
Tight.
Wub it out.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
Fuck yeah,
whoop, whoop, whoop.
Wub it out. Yeah. That could actually be a pre-drop. Wub it out.
Wub it.
Wubbing one out.
Wubba dub dub. If you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out all those folks for the follows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of
Big
you were
shouts.
in the recent Ghost House contest. We got to live judge for that. It was a lot of fun. And you
Hell
made
yes.
your way all the way over to 400, Lance. So let's go.
Thank you so much for entering into the contest. We were there for
Yeah.
4 hours. You guys didn't make it easy.
Yeah.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
That is what we like to hear.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
That's what we like to hear.
He says,
We
I
like to
want to
hear
wub
it.
my ears of that joke. That's fair. That is...
Damn, that was good. That was quick.
Fair.
Just throw one of those in for you, Cree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
So-
you're welcome.
I'll start this off with a little something I'm kind of trying on these most recent like mixes and couple tracks I'm working on.
All right, let's go.
For high-endness or high-end thought, I guess you could say. I like bringing all of my high-end things, let's say like your hi-hats, your snare, or clap, and any like synths that are like really high-endy. I try and get everything from like 2K up, kind of sitting similar-esque when they're at the most energetic. But I'm not necessarily trying to get them like super loud. I'm not boosting in the channel or in the group stage. I'm just trying to get them all to match. And if that needs, if you need to boost some to like make it match or whatever, but you just kind of get them all to a point so they're together. And then on your master, that's where you throw a little EQ on and you just shelf up all the highs together right at the very end. And it's not nearly as flimsy.
Interesting.
Like them all together, and prior to that, there's compression and clipping and saturation. So they're all pretty dense, but not trying to push them for high-end clarity or push them for brightness on the group stage or the individual track. You do that to them all together so that your entire high-end through the whole song has like a clarity and a brightness together. And it seems to fucking lock it in. It can get out of hand, obviously. But just paying attention to it, because I know in my studio it has to be brighter than I think it is every time.
Brighter than it feels.
Right.
Yes.
Than feels right.
Right.
Or whatever.
So this allows me to kind of just like work and not think about it till the end, and then I'm like, oh, okay, let's brighten it up, and I can just kind of shelf them up, and I'm like, oh wow, now that sounds like a song.
That is a nice way to look at things, is go, okay, let me focus on this area. Let me get the things that have harmonics in this area to kind of sit together in a nice way. And then later on, you can kind of just do some EQing on the master to kind of give you the love. Also, if you have less highs coming into your master, it's not full max high what you want out of your actual master at the end of the chain. Then when you do a little bit of crunching and compressing and distorting on that master, you don't get that affecting the highs as much.
Sure.
Which is kind of nice. So then you can kind of bring them out after you do that, which is a nice little way to treat it. Otherwise, you start to get that fucking super compressed high-end kind of vibe, which is just... Ugh.
And where it starts to like leak out.
Yeah.
That plus then, I mean, if you're concerned, you just throw a soft clipper right after that and just boost those highs right into that clipper.
I have a question.
Right.
Of course.
What's your thoughts on the like plugins like Fresh Air?
Oh.
It's basically doing that exact same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's just EQing a node at your top end.
Okay.
I just like to do it myself because I want to know where it's ending, what I'm doing, and all that kind of stuff. But it's the exact same thing.
That's true.
Whether you want a novelty plugin or not.
That is true. Just like Soothe,
Yeah.
I know those have been
Soothe is a little more utilitarian, but because it's like less of a one knob type of thing.
Right.
But
at least you can see visually to an extent what you're doing.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily trust Soothe. I'm like, is this actually what's happening? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's kind of,
I don't know.
Especially Fresh Air, because there's not really a visual component. You're just kind of like,
which
you
is
hit a knob and you're like,
pretty good some of the times, just to like use your ears. But with something like that, it's probably just a wide bell at the top and some kind of saturation afterwards.
A hint of saturation,
It might have a little bit of a like curve to it where it kind of does some kind of ups and downs to give you, who knows? Maybe it might like dip at 4K or something like that.
It's got a boost and a cut when you do it,
Yeah, a lot of those things will have like a curve like you would get out of something like a analog EQ, which will not just give you like a clear shelf up. You're going to get a little bit of a
wonkadoo.
Some sort of notching will probably be happening in a tool like that because it's doing coloring at the same time.
Oh, Von Klaus in chat.
Thank you
What's
for
up,
bringing
boy?
Doritos to the chat. Thank you so much.
Chat was hungry.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Von Klaus.
I do kind of like that with Fresh Air, though, that there isn't a visual to it. You kind of just have to use your ears. Like, it's so easy to get lost in the
I mean, you
knowing what you need to do. And
you could say that about almost anything, though.
Right.
About any, like, visual plugin that, like, gives you...
Right.
Any kind of,
God forbid you know your tools, you know?
Yeah. It's better to just have things that are just like, you just hit a knob and it does something. You don't have to think about it. You know, never have to think about it again.
Yeah, I don't want to think, dude.
No,
you get no control.
I didn't
just get one knob.
I didn't get into music production to think.
No, I didn't either.
We did it
what
to
are we, some kind of
feel,
nerds or
man.
something? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
dude, I came into production as a jock, and I will stay a jock.
Dang, that's interesting.
I make football-inspired beats.
Shout out DJ. What's his name?
Oh man, I'm gonna say.
I know. I was trying to think of it.
Is it Sluggo? I can't remember what the name is. Is it Slink?
DJ Slink with two eyes.
Dude.
Are we gonna play it?
No, we're not gonna. Slink. We're just gonna look at it. Yeah, DJ
Dude,
Slink.
absolutely. Dude, I wanted to see, like, I feel like Jersey Club is getting a lot of traction lately. Like, I feel like there's something happening a little bit. Like,
I mean, you also got to like take in mind like what part of the universe or echo chamber your social media is in,
right?
Because like all of us kind of share a similar one. So when we start getting like Jersey Club shit, everybody starts getting it. So we're just like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's kind of been
in our little sphere, it's everywhere.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's like been around. So it's hard to say, but I like that. I've seen, or at least I've been finding more DJs that are popping off, that are playing clubby kind of stuff like that.
True.
Which is sick. Like Nicky Nair. Like,
yeah,
I knew of him like a couple years ago, but like didn't really like pay much mind. I was like in a different universe. But now he's just like popping off, doing stuff with Tice and like doing a whole bunch of other shit and just slaying and makes the fucking dumbest, best club music ever.
exactly.
It's so great.
Even on
It
like
is really good.
on like the last like Drake record, there's a Jersey Club song on it.
I
Like
believe
there's definitely like some kind of, I don't know. I feel like
that one. Shot.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I love that Drake song, dude.
dude, that's a great Drake
That's
song.
a great Drake song.
Yeah. Shout out LMFAO guys.
Is that the name of the
The original, the shots.
Drake track?
Oh no.
Oh.
You know, just that
Yeah, fuck LMFAO.
dude. It's our generation's. I was gonna say our
Colorado,
generation's
right?
Daft Punk.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Sorry, that's the worst thing I could say.
LMFAO is our generation's Daft Punk.
It's the worst thing ever. I feel bad. I feel horrible
Yeah,
saying.
you can leave. You can get out
Yeah,
of
that
here.
was the worst thing.
That's a Colorado group, no?
No, that's 303.
Oh, 3 on
That
3.
like
Yeah.
shitty. Yeah, the other shitty one. You know.
Yeah, LMFAO gives me like LA vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
for
100%.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure, dude.
For Shellam FAO.
For sure.
For Shelmalot.
For Shamalot.
For days.
For Dave. So yeah, that's what I do on my high end.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was a lot of.
No, it's fine.
But I like that made me think because like I do sometimes use the fresh air thing, or for a while I was using it a lot, and now I'm kind of trying to find other solutions or like other things to do outside of that.
I mean, it's a tool.
It's a tool.
Right, that's all it is. It's a wrench. It works really good on bolts and nuts.
Right.
Doesn't work very well on nails.
Yeah.
It you can still hammer with a wrench,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not nearly as effective.
Right.
Wow.
Welcome back
So
to this old
insightful.
house.
Yeah.
So insightful. I'm running a bit of an experiment right now as well. Caleb and I are getting these songs ready for some releasing, and so I've got 7 tunes that are pretty old, so they're very outdated as far as my my capabilities go when it comes to mixing. So I've gone and stemmed them all out, and I'm working on trying to make them sound nice and clean and loud and crisp and all the things. And I'm doing a thing where, and I'm just kind of like barely into this. I've now stemmed them, put them into a template each, and then I've done one pass now of just doing volume. Just run through the whole track, make sure the volumes seem like they kind of make sense. And I was telling these guys earlier, like, I'm having this situation where some of the tunes, I was doing a pretty good job of getting those sounds to a really good place on their own, to where they do mix together really nicely. And then some of those tunes, it's just like muddy. It sounds muddy, like the low end's like too much, or like if I get the volume correct, according to what I think is the volume correct, then it's like too dark, or you know, like just it doesn't mix well in that way. Which the fun thing about this is I'm going through, and with every time I do a pass, I'm doing a new save, and I'm making a note of what I did in that save. So I can go back later, and if I needed to, you know, there's a chance I get through these, and I'm like, I need to go. I need to make another pass on these, or like maybe I need to go back to this stage and go again because I understand that I was doing something that I probably shouldn't have been doing in that process. But it's a nice little experiment going through at the moment.
Take some discipline for sure to go through and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna play with volume, give myself like 20 minutes on the song or whatever, and then move on. Like
Not even.
Yeah, 5
It's
minutes.
like, it's like 5 tops.
Yeah,
I get that.
It doesn't take very long to get all the volumes correct. And then, I'll do a pass of probably next EQing, one of those slingshot methods that I've done before.
Now what's going to glare out is all the things you need the tools
Right.
for. You're going to be like, the tonal balance of this bass sound is off.
Right.
So it needs to be shelved in this direction or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need, blown out, clipped out or anything. It just subtle. Okay, next.
Yeah.
It's gonna go
But
through.
resisting that when you're just doing volume is a difficult thing.
Yeah.
It's hard for me not to.
It was really hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Multiple times I went and I started throwing something else on there, and I was like, no,
No.
don't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do
Always
that.
the temptation.
Yeah,
You're
you got
like,
to keep yourself in the headspace of like, do this one thing.
It's the method.
And then we'll do this one thing. Yeah, because the song's done-ish. Like, you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
being like, I should put a delay on these claps. Like, no, you're done with that part.
Right.
You're just fucking...
Pure logical brain as opposed to like the
right.
creative. You're not having to do that as much, which is kind of nice in a way, because usually the way I do it is like the creative and the logic are like fighting against each other all the time, and that's not a fun process sometimes when you're just trying to be creative and then you're thinking also about all the logistical problems with whatever you're doing.
Or you're trying to do logistic things, and then next thing you know, you're sound designing a whole
yeah, exactly.
Right.
sub and kick for the whole
Totally.
track, and you're
Totally.
like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like,
I was just supposed to mix it real quick.
But honestly, maybe in a way, like if you get that like spark of inspiration, you just send
for
it
sure.
a little.
I mean, especially if the track like needs it. If you're in the midst of mixing and no tools are working, you just can't get stuff to sit, then yeah, it's like, all right, well, I need to just redo this whole bottom end of this track because it's just not working.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I have the MIDI for all these things. I can go and grab it and pop it in there and just make it work.
dude, you don't flatten every mix you do all to audio, dude?
They are all audio right now.
We don't have to.
Oh, okay.
They are all audio right now.
We don't have to flatten and make it disappear. We can just like go to audio, then deactivate.
That's fair. I was just trying to be controversial.
Yeah, well,
You're so controversial.
your controversy
I know.
sucks.
I mean, the LMFAO thing, I still feel bad about saying that. That's all right, though.
they're coming.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Coming
Like,
for you,
I
dude.
mean, you're not really a fan of Daft Punk. You kind of hate them, so
That's true. Yeah, you call
Kinda
them gay
fits.
all the time,
yeah.
which is wild because you know you shouldn't be using that word.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You said a bunch of times like their music doesn't even count because they sample stuff.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Right.
They don't count, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider them artists or DJs or...
Well, you said they're not even human because they're French, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I did say the French are lower than
right.
the rest of the
everyone
world.
else. Yeah, that's true.
Just not, I mean...
It's not that controversial, actually.
It's true. You'd be surprised.
That's actually kind of a straightforward opinion.
yeah, that's
I
pretty.
can't wait to watch this clip
normal.
resurface in 5 years.
Yeah, people are just like, this guy hates Daft Punk. Yeah, well...
The
Bring it
French
on,
can
guys.
give up on fighting us, obviously.
Well, what happened to French House? You know what I mean? Where's that now? Nobody's making French House now. Maybe.
Crowd loves it.
Clip it.
Guys,
Fucking pussy.
Guys, no, we love the French. I love the French.
You love them.
I do love the French. And I
So-
love Daft Punk. Another controversial statement for the music community out there.
Yeah, super controversial,
For
that one.
the electronic community.
Jesus.
That's really
Get
so
lucky, dude.
I wanted to ask you guys, since I've been playing a lot with vocals lately, a lot more. Do you guys have like a specific way you process them, or like a specific level you generally try and hit in your mix, like decibel wise, or do you just kind of go just from ear, just if it needs a thing or not?
I can tell you this as I was doing my levels today. Right now, and I might change it, but right now I'm not doing the thing that I've always done where I separate my vocals out into their own channel and have that going past pre-master and whatnot in like a two-bus kind of style. Is it two track? Yeah, two track.
Right.
Not the classic style where you have everything get mixed together and then you sit the vocals on top of it. Right now I have them in my music group. I have everything in my music group except for drums, bass. And I'm mixing the vocals just hotter than everything else in my music group.
Interesting.
Nice. That was going to be my second question.
Just a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to go too hot,
Right.
And not be able to tell.
Oh, yeah.
And not be able to tell at all. It's
Right.
a lot of times I find myself turning my
Meters.
vocals down.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah, it kind of depends. If it's very vocal heavy, like the track has like singiness, then I'm gonna do kind of a two track style where everything gets mixed into the master, and then the vocals get sent to the master to like be on top of them.
interesting.
you do
would
that.
you sidechain vocals or would you not sidechain
In
vocals?
something like that, they have their own sidechain on their own group that's like at a percentage.
Right, not a full,
Right.
not
And
as
it's
much as
very,
like the bass is
tailored
getting
down.
ducked.
But I don't make a lot of those because that would be like a verses and a chorus is happening, then it's like happening the whole time. I'll do more of what he's talking about where it just kind of ends up in a group headed to the master at some point. And it usually is, slightly hotter than everything else.
Right.
But I don't really know. I just kind of, go by ear.
Right.
And Trust the gut.
Trust the gut. And when you listen to a lot of like popular songs, the vocals are just like sitting above everything
Right,
a bit.
they're right on top of it.
They're not like balanced
But
with the mix. They're
when
like
you
just
listen to,
pushed
like,
a little more.
Club stuff that just has vocals, totally different.
Right.
You know, like when their back sucked into the mix because they're being like, yeah. You know, like all sorts of random shit.
Switch.
Right.
That actually would be loud.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out UBK. Learn this little trick from them. You do a like a quarter note or an eighth note delay on your vocal chain, or like the lead vocal.
Sure.
Not the whole chain necessarily. I'll end up having like vocal effects and random side vocals and stuff on the chain. So on the things that are like the main one, you do like a filtered, like a mid-range filtered delay that's like an eighth note or a quarter note delay. That has like a, like 200 to 800 kind of just high pass, low pass. And nice and quiet with a little bit of a ducking for when they're singing. And then it just sits there center, like compressed and center.
Mono. Pretty damn mono.
Yeah. Down low.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. So it's just in the background.
Right.
And
It
it needs to just barely be heard. And it's not like ringing out forever. It's just like a couple delays.
Right.
That shit works really good.
It's help gluing it to everything else behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Without it sounding too roomy.
Yeah, that's been one of my favorite things for like the little like effects vocals and delay ones you're kind of talking about is cutting out all the low end, like the 2 to 800 thing, and then you have like all that mid range for your main vocal to sit, but that vocal's just like your other one that's cut is just like tucked into the back a little. It sounds so good,
especially when it's on like a quarter note. So as like the vocal phrase continues and they take those pause breaks, you get those quarter notes kind of sucking in between. And kind of fills the empty space of the vocal anyways, which is tight. It's always a good time.
I was breaking down a Skrillex track the other day. Ooh. Fuck, I can't remember. He's some small artist. He's like on his come up right now.
Skrillex, dude.
Yeah.
Skrillex.
Squirrel X or something.
Squirrel
Billy.
Squirrel.
I can't keep up.
Skrillex is a good side project.
Dude, I used to legitimately for a while I called him Skrillex for sure for a very long time.
You would like you'd say it like Squirrel X. Like
I couldn't
squirrel,
say it.
Like, yeah.
Pick a name that
Speech
exists.
impediment shit.
Pick a name that exists. Skrillex.
Wow, dude.
Like world.
You want to start something? Have you ever heard my name, dude?
I'm sorry, dude.
Like
but Aznadel's a country in Botswana.
Yeah, I guess.
Or something. Anyway.
Asian Del.
Asian Adele. That's the word.
Sorry, go ahead with what you were saying.
It's a thing I've heard in other songs before too, but I heard it again in one of Skrillex's songs, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a sick thing to do, and it always sounds good. He was doing like an A-B, like call and response thing on his drop, where it was like high vocal and then different vocal, and his high vocal had like a reverb throw after it, so it would like wash out behind the next vocal that came in, and then like a reverse reverb to sweep back up when the high vocal was coming back in.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. And it's a really like simple thing, but just playing with that reverb and the pumping of the space after one.
Yeah.
Sounds so good. Yeah.
Oh,
so
what
good.
a move. I love that.
Yeah, right?
I love that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I've been really into reverb throws lately. I've been doing that nonstop on vocals lately.
It's so good.
Just to have just like that, like there's that second part of the vocal that does. I don't know. It's fun to have it just like completely just get descended as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like doing that.
Yeah. And it's nice when you do the reverb throws. Like if you automate it, you can just take that one word, like the very last word that gets reverbed instead of the whole thing being reverbed, and it's kind of like a clutter of information in your reverb.
Correct. Right.
It's like a really clean, pure reverb.
And then you get it down to audio, and then you can just cut that tail right off.
Yeah.
Which is real nice too.
Yeah, so that's something AT and I have been doing is like we're like barely even automating these days. Like if we want something like that, we'll just duplicate the audio channel and just take that one bit of information we need and just throw the reverb or delay on it at 100% and flatten it.
Yep.
And then you have your little, it's like a parallel track.
Let's go, boys.
It's the shit. It's
Let's
the
go.
best thing.
People
Yeah.
are automating so much.
And then you can, like, if you want it to extend, you just take at some point midway through of those delay hits, you just take one and start duplicating it. And now the delay has a continuous feedback, and then you can throw a bunch of other plugins on it. So as it's delaying, it's phasering and going into another reverb and delaying
process
itself.
it weird,
yeah,
and pitch it, reverse it, stretch it.
I actually did that like not too long ago on this song where I had like the delay on the delayed vocal on like a separate channel, and like I basically was just chopping all the I recorded it and was chopping like the tails of the delay, like all the little just processing them, doing a bunch of weird shit to them. It's so fun to do that. It's not even like that present in the
No,
it's just fun to
small
do.
As fuck.
But it gives this weird ambience, because good little texture piece.
And those little details, dude.
Little details, yeah.
You give that one thing an extra 5-10% of love, and then you do that all over the track, and then suddenly everything's just. You're like, oh, this just sounds fuck. 4K, Caleb, 4K.
Sorry for the transient.
Feel free to sample that, though.
Yeah, but for real, all those producers out there who are still just have 20 lanes of automation.
Stop.
There's a time and place, but for simple things like a reverb throw, just duplicate the channel, 100% it, and then flatten that bitch.
Right, and then
automation is a good habit, though.
It's a good habit.
It's not the worst.
No, but it also depends on it's a give and take of processor power of how much you're willing to do there. Like for something like that, I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to take the time to. I'm willing to sacrifice the time to flatten down that delay, to do all that work so that I can do more automation on filtering and other things that I can't really flatten down to do. So it just kind of frees up CPU for other things, which is good. Plus, what's nice about that is you can make 30 different throws with other delays and other things like that, and then you just place them around. So that every time that snare hits, you have a different flattened version of a delay that you can throw in. And you don't have to worry about having a bunch of different plugins turn on and off to fucking make the automation happen for 4 different kind of delays. You just throw it on, customize it, flatten it down, delete it, throw the next one on, do that one, boom, boom. Now you have 4 different versions. Sprinkle.
Right. And I'm on a laptop, so the amount of CPU I can use
is very limited.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But it can play audio all day.
It can play audio. Yeah, you flatten things down to
easy.
audio.
Yeah,
so easy. Yeah.
It's ones and zeros.
We got fucking Hookline over here in the chat.
Hookline,
How you doing?
Hey, I'm walking here.
Hey, the New York
Fucking
guy.
Hookline. Hey,
fucking walk back.
I'm in the city. Hey,
come on. Miss you, homie. I hope you're getting some good deli.
Hell yeah.
See, Hookline gets it, though. Flatten it, then automate it even more.
Exactly, yeah.
Use all the CPU. Right. He gets it.
Use 900 OTTs.
900 OTTs.
Absolutely.
I actually did that for one of our clips.
You did 900 OTTs?
I did 1,000 OTTs.
What is that? Why?
Or was it?
No, you did
it
3 or something.
No, it was 1,000 EQs.
1,000 EQs?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Was it like a
it
all
was
pass filter kind of thing?
It was. We were talking about how really steep cuts on an EQ create a phase thing. I still don't fully get it.
Right.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, so I'll show an exaggerated effect, and I was like, here's what it sounds like with 10. Here's what it sounds like with 100.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant editing a clip. You did that. And I was like, what were you possibly doing with the clip? No, I get what you're saying. I remember the thing that you were talking about that you did do that. I saw that. I don't know how your computer handles that. My computer would explode.
Yeah, if you're not using a linear phase EQ and you do a hard cut in your sub bass area, you're going to get ringing where that cutoff is.
Phase shift.
Which is very apparent if you put 1,000 of them.
Yes.
in a row.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why I've been shelving a lot more lately because
I shelf a lot.
And I didn't really realize that. I always just thought like, oh, just cut out whatever you need, and I never thought about that.
And
but
if it's really quiet and
there's not a lot of information down there anyway.
if it's not very transient heavy, like if it's a pad and it's all quiet, like I'll go ahead and just like cut off the lows with like a normal cut because I'm not really concerned. If I know I want some of that bottom end, then I'll do a shelf. But it really depends on how transient heavy is it, how much of the frequency I'm trying to shelf do I need to get rid of. Like if it's a clap happening with the kick, like in house, I know I do not want anything under like 800 hertz on that clap.
That's what I do too.
Like I'm gonna cut it just because I know the transient isn't gonna really matter there because it's hitting with the kick, so it's gonna get smeared anyways. So I can sacrifice that to make sure I only get the part of the clap that I want. But if it's a snare on its own without the kick and it's just got a little bit too much body, then I'm just gonna shelf it.
Right.
Shelf it out a little bit.
But it is weird. Like it makes sense though in house music you have it. That is the one thing that is definitely hitting at the same time every single time.
Right.
So.
It doesn't. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
900 thoughts.
Use 900 thought. Okay.
Thoughts, dude.
Thought shit.
So TTs.
Awkward silence is great.
Oh, it is
on
good.
the show.
Gotta love dead air on a podcast.
I love it.
I was. I'm curious though that the most controversial clip of all time is the OTT one. That it's fascinating to me how upset people were getting.
People got so upset.
People were getting real upset, and
it's a controversial
amazing.
topic.
It is. I mean, OTT. I'm like, I'm not. He's not my best friend. He's not my like.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't hate him.
It's a wrench. It's another.
It's
tool.
just a thing. It's
just
a
a
thing.
tool.
I think fucking people abuse it to death sometimes. I mean,
Sure.
honestly, but like that's with everything though. People can get way too lost in the sauce, and like
I like an OTT.
and like Gucci Mane said,
I
don't
throw
get
them
lost
on
in the
every
sauce.
once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Bust
fuck.
out the OTT.
I have the X for OTT, and I use it
Yep.
fairly often. You know, I just throw it on there, and it's at like it probably never reaches above 15%.
There's
Right.
also an OTT preset now in Bitwig.
Oh wow, they have their
nice.
own now.
That's cool.
They made one.
That would be
really?
kind of fun to make an OTT, like just out of compressors. I've never done that before.
Hey, I wouldn't even know how to do that.
That'd be
It's
fun.
a
I want
pain
to
in
try
the
that.
ass.
Sounds like a pain in the ass.
'Cause you
Austin
need-
likes things though that sometimes where I'm like, I'll like make a joke like, oh, we could do this, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
that's
you're
gonna
like, I was
take
joking,
forever. I
fuck.
don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's happened a bunch.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like the learning. I don't know, just how things work, like from the inside out kind of thing. I don't know why. I was like one of those kids who would always like take things apart
Oh,
and then try and like rebuild it. Just be like, what's going on? How does this work?
see, I would take it apart and then just leave it broken.
Yeah,
And
so you're
just
like,
go
I don't get
away.
it.
I'm
Fuck
like,
it.
No, but that's fair. I mean, that's a good mentality to have. Being curious about how things work instead of
Yeah.
just blindly using everything or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
And then maybe you come up with a
Is it not the
whole
X
new OTT.
whatever?
No, that's
That's the actual
Look at
plugin.
that.
Oh, what
that's
is
the
it?
X for one.
I'm jealous of Bitwig having one of these. I've always wanted something
Right.
like this for Ableton, like
What?
the weird node mapping.
Oh, the grid.
Dude, that's so sick.
Folks who can't
Maybe
see
I like
what's,
downloaded it or something.
Oh, I thought that was GarageBand that you guys were just using.
GarageBand.
Sorry.
Professional software.
Only the professional.
That OTT, whatever this thing is
it's pretty
wily.
It's pretty
It's
good, but
That
it's wily
is
as hell.
intimidating as fuck, honestly.
Yeah, it's wily as
This
hell.
is the grid. The grid.
Wow.
I mean, it looks like it's a multi-band, but like many bands.
Yeah, right? It's like a
version
7
of an
band.
OTT.
That's
Right.
sick. I've never seen that
It
before. I've
probably
always
is
wanted to
something
make one
like
of
that,
those.
Yeah. There is. Yeah, I don't know where I found it, but I did find an OTT
That's tight.
in there. Yeah, I don't know.
This is interesting.
All right, that's one of my homework projects for the weekend is I'm going to try and make a 5-band OTT. I want to do
It's
that.
not a bad move. Like 0 to what is
90?
it?
100?
100 maybe.
Somewhere
I mean,
around
you could
there.
go to like 60, and then 60 to like 120 might be nice.
So you get the deep sub, and then that
Yeah.
like kind of weird range sub to bass. Yeah, I could see that.
That area where you start hearing it rather than feeling it, and then your mid range and your low highs and your high highs.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
How does-
Hi.
I wonder. I don't remember what the default OTT crossovers are.
Neither.
What about that?
I don't know what you're talking
Easy
about.
to find out. You open Ableton.
Yeah,
You load an OTT.
I have to look at that.
Do
Curious why
you
they
guys
picked
miss
those.
Ableton ever?
No.
Oh.
I still have it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Anytime I want it, I'm just like, oh.
Okay.
And I don't do anything in it. I just bring in a sample, warp to Beats mode so I can get the transient thing if needed, or I will extract a groove or grab a groove. Like I like the groove pool, so I'll go find out where the grooves are and then just drag them in as MIDI into Bitwig.
Wait, Bitwig doesn't have a groove pool.
It has like this thing called groove, and you can like enable it, but it's like it's an automated swing, and it doesn't give you any parameters other than just a knob.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. So I mean, I never really used Groove Pool in Ableton to
Actually, I almost like that more. Because the groove pool in Ableton, you're stuck with just the specific swing. At least with a knob, you can fine tune it.
With
Well-
you can print it and then fuck with the velocities and
Not
the swing
only-
from the groove pool.
I'm not
No,
talking
you
about
choose-
velocity though. I'm talking about like the swing moment.
Right,
Where
you
if you have a
choose how
knob,
much
you
to
get to
quantize. That's the quantize.
That's kind of sick.
No, it is in Ableton. It's the quantize fader on the groove because there's
Oh, that's a thing.
yeah, there's velocity and then quantize. They're both right there on.
Oh, I didn't know
on it,
that.
inside
I
the
never
groove.
use groove pool. That's
Yeah.
probably why.
Oh, look who it is! Fucking Meatbag.
Hey.
What's up,
Whoa.
Mr.
Meatbag
Meatbag? How you
collector.
doing?
been a while, buddy.
It's been a while.
What's up, me bag?
I would never use the groove pool like that anyways. I would usually always just grab a groove that I like and then just bring it into the project because it just brings it in as MIDI, and then you see where the MIDI's hitting, and then I just align my shit in the grid.
Oh, I
You
just
match
I
that
did
groove.
the lazy.
Yeah.
I definitely use Groove Pool for sure.
I just do that because then I can like vary it. Like this hi-hat
Yeah,
pattern
same.
can be slightly different, but still kind of on the same groove as this hi-hat
Yeah,
pattern.
yeah.
So that they're all slightly jive and slightly different. 'Cause
That's fair
I'm
though.
fucking nitpicky.
I've not used a groove in ages.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
Oh.
I do that shit myself,
right.
bitches.
You just,
Yeah.
Damn.
you just move shit around.
Manual.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
no.
anything, it's
fucking
usually
easy.
like the third note in a bar, or the what am I thinking of? The third.
Bar and a note.
No.
Thanks, AT.
Beat
Yeah, the third beat
Third beat and a note, of course.
out of the four.
out of the four is usually your grooving beat. A lot of times. So sending that late.
Oh, really? I always do the second and fourth.
It depends on the groove
Ah.
right.
you're going for.
Yeah, I tend to just like if I have some kind of organic sound in there, I'll use whatever kind of groove is on that.
Right.
Mm.
Whatever it's partaking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm just fucking fooling around.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of that, right?
I do like.
Yeah.
Just fuck
I do like
whatever.
with the Groove Pool though that you can. This is something that I was watching this like production class, this online thing with Salute, UKG boy, and he was talking about like
Boomba clap.
Boomba clap. He takes the Groove Pool, and like he puts it on everything. So he'll put it on his hats, but then he'll put that same on the bass. He'll put like it
Sure.
pretty much like just so it's like the swing is more uniform on the track, which I don't know. I kind of like the sound of it when I do it. Like,
I get that. I just hate not being able to see it.
but you can like print it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Then if you do that, sure. But if you just have them all on everything and you haven't like committed to it,
Oh, I
and
commit-
It's just,
I
like,
commit.
on there, then that's fucking wild.
Those are
Yeah,
people
you
with
commit.
commitment issues. Those are
Right,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? You gotta commit.
It's been interesting seeing you finally get on board the like everything swings together method. Because for the
Yes.
past like 2 years, you've been hyped on the Dilla swing where everything is just in a different spot randomly.
Yeah.
And then now you're getting more like quantized with it, I guess. So it's interesting
weird,
watching that process.
It's quantized and unquantized. You know, it's like
quantized to
you're
the swing.
quantizing unquantized shit or something or whatever. But it's not that I just drag it in and use it exactly how it is. I mean, I can. The nice thing is you can alter it a bit. Like you don't have to use it verbatim, like how it is, but it's just nice to get that like. Workflow wise, it's just helpful to just like get that, and then I'm like, oh, it's already swinging. I can like start writing like a bass line that's a bit more swinging too, like instead of like just like dragging every little thing. I don't know.
Right.
It's maybe it is just like an efficient, like a speed. I don't know.
Could be.
It is.
Yeah.
I just
ease of access, speed.
Yeah.
So I
know we're like kind of running into the end of the podcast right now, but
already
I wanted to bring up one other thing that I saw. There's a thing called Beat Connect.
Hey, shut up, Beat Connect.
Do you know this?
Isn't that what you were?
I was maybe I was showing it.
It's like
to
the
you.
DAW.
So, Beat Connect is a free multi-band or multiplayer online DAW.
Let that soak in.
Multiplayer.
Just think about this for a second.
That's right. I saw a clip of this.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah.
So you can have multiple people log into the same project and work on the same shit at the same time.
At the same
you
time.
could sit there. You could be in Ableton making a bass line to this thing that you're hearing. You drop it in. You can use all the plugins that you have on your computer on there. And by the way, it's free.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, this is some fucking gnarly shit.
That's so sick.
That is a wild thing.
I'm really excited,
sick.
But that's fucking sick. I like that.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Party B's about to change forever.
Oh.
You guys gonna be multiplayer?
Definitely not. We're staying in Bitwig.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It ain't Bitwig. Let's be real.
It ain't Bitwig.
Let's be real.
No, but it's showing that you can't have multiple people working on one project at one time.
That is cool.
Like I could be working on we can just hit play in a loop. I'll work on the bass line while you work on just like making the drums sound
or whatever.
good.
Yeah.
Like
That's
one
sick.
person can do a left brain thing, while another person can be doing a right brain thing. And like
right.
say person A is on both people's screens the track is running in a loop, but I assume person A could like solo just the drums while person B is listening to the whole thing.
It wouldn't affect them that way.
Right.
Yeah. We have not played with this
We
yet,
have not
so
played with
we
it, but
don't
it's sick.
know
Right.
the finesse of it, but
Right.
Oh wait, what is
it's new.
What is Meatbag saying?
And it's very
Presonus?
interesting.
PreSonus has a cloud feature, but is it like the thing with this one is it's like you're literally like in the same session like you can see your other guy's cursor
Yeah.
and him.
Yeah, you can
duplicating
both
things.
adjust the MIDI at the same time.
Yeah,
Two
it's
dudes,
wild.
one DAW.
It's whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, Presonus? Is that what it's called?
PreSonus.
No wonder it hasn't gotten popular. It's a terrible name.
I mean, it's
Presonus.
It's
think
M
It's
Audio.
amazing that you don't know the name.
Yeah, I was
Presonus.
like, it's
I
M
don't.
Audio. They're famous as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, they have a dog?
Studio One.
Wow.
Oh,
Studio
you're right.
One.
That's
is
Studio
the name of
One.
Presonus's dog.
Literally been around forever.
It's true.
Yeah.
Meatbag. Oh, come on.
Meatbag over here,
Pick a dog.
Studio One-ing the chat.
Dude, just
Wild.
pick a dog and stick to it. That's my my
he is.
advice, dude.
He is.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Hilarious.
No, you're good.
Legend for that.
Hell yeah,
I hear
dude.
it's a similar to like a Cubase.
Another banger.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I mean, that was one of the first DAWs I was working in.
Cubase.
Once upon a time.
Wow.
Cubase.
That's mind-blowing.
Long time ago.
That's so mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's good.
In fact, Ableton reminds me a lot of Cubase.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Hey, you better shut your mouth, meatbag. With that kind of talk, you do not slander Bitwig
Yeah.
on this podcast. Holy fuck.
We'll have no problem banning you from this chat.
Wow.
Zero problems.
Listen here.
Listen here,
The only thing
meatbag.
saving you is that JK at the very bottom.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah. That's at the bottom.
Started at the bottom, now we're here.
Nah.
At the bottom.
Did you just break the mic?
He says, got a new interface.
No.
To go with my new studio.
Oh, okay. So he's trying to derail from the Bitway.
What
You building a studio, bruv.
Bruv.
My bro.
Remind me where you are.
Dude.
Were you sharing it in the Always 400?
Yeah, that's where he had those headphones.
Headphones in the interface, yeah. Governors.
Governors.
Hell yeah. So you're building a new studio. What are you doing for sound paneling?
Oh yeah, what's
That's
your
what we
panels
need to
like?
talk about.
That's rule number 1, meatbag.
We won't ship them to you, but we'll make them. Got the
We'd give you some
Sonopan.
plans. Sonopan.
I don't know what that is, but we'll look it up after the show.
That is either, yeah.
Um,
All right, should we move on to the
lightning
rapid
round?
fires?
You guys want to go rapid fire?
I have a question.
You have a
for
question? Good. I only have 2.
Oh. I have 2.
Okay, good. We have 5. That's better than nothing.
Oh, wait, should we give them to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I am the senior advisor for the lightning round.
Senior rapid fire.
I had to make a word. That's fair. Okay. We're not starting with that one. I can tell you that much.
Oh God. We let AT do 1 rapid fire
All right,
round.
folks. This is the rapid fire round.
You know how it goes.
Folks in chat, you are welcome to join and answer.
Please join.
These are going to be quick questions. First thing that comes to your mind is the correct answer. There is no correct answer.
Unless you're incorrect.
Yes.
And the points matter. So here we go.
The points matter. There is a winner.
Splash symbol or noise impact?
Oh, I got it.
Whoa.
Noise impact.
I like this. I like this.
Splash.
Right? I thought this was a fun one.
Splash all day.
Splash.
I'll go
symbol.
splash
Really?
as well.
Splash.
Oh, we got some naturalist over here.
I don't use a lot of noise impact.
I would say.
You also don't use a lot of splashes.
I would say.
I've never ever seen you use a splash.
Oh, dude, I have. I don't. That's an unreleased warning.
Which is-
shit, dog.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I would like to caveat it with just symbols in general.
Oh, love
Over-
symbols. Yeah.
Over a noise.
That wasn't
impact.
the question, but
I
okay.
agree, but I like a splash, but I like a dark
Sure.
crash, especially for like a noise impact, like what the noise impact is like trying to do. A dark fucking symbol is fucking great.
And then you
big-
get the fun tone out of it.
Yeah, like a big all ride that's
Big
just
ride with the beads on it.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
How would you? We'll talk about that next time. How do you make something like
you
that?
just
We gotta
find a
talk about that.
sample of that shit. There's no like.
You
No,
take
I
like-
want to make one.
Well,
Yeah,
no, you
it's not
gotta
gonna be
take
as good.
like
It's
you
not
take
gonna be
like
as good.
7
You don't know that.
OTTs. Sorry.
Oh, we go to the music store. We buy a ride. We get beads. We get a stand. We put it on there. Get a
Stop
microphone.
making
plug
it.
it in.
you
That
could
is making
literally,
it.
you could literally like just do like a transient, make transients that are like peaking high end
Right.
points to where it's like
And
to like a
LFO
noise.
it. So it's like
I mean, you're gonna want it to be kind of random.
Random and pretty envelopey because you want them to like ting as the ball bearings
Yep.
are hitting the top of the
Oh.
ride. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Little, like kind of tingling and glitter.
interesting.
glitter. DJ Hookline
Tortellini.
says Tortellini.
Tortellini.
Right answer.
Studio One or Cubase?
Ooh.
Cubase.
Oh wow!
That's a weird question, AT. Okay.
I'm gonna go Studio One.
Really?
Yeah, for Meatbag.
For meatbag. I'm gonna go
For
Studio
meatbag.
1 too. Multiplayer mode? Come on.
I'm gonna go Cubase.
Hey.
Oh.
Damn.
Wow.
Shit, you just got shot down.
I love
meatbag.
me some fucking Cubase.
Nah, just kidding. I also like basses that are Q.
Woo.
Bass.
If you were making a DAW, what would you call your DAW?
I love this question. Who is this?
Oh,
Me?
That's a great. I love
that's-
this.
I like that.
Aznadel.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, let's go. That's pretty sick. DJ
Bam.
Hookline says tortellini.
Wow, I
Once
like
again.
that.
Can it be like alpha turbo masculinity DAW?
AT,
Something like that.
What?
what's your DAW called?
What would my dog be called? Ninjago.
No,
Let's go.
it can't be a thing already.
It is.
You're gonna get sued.
Yeah, you're
No,
gonna get
it's
sued.
Ninjago.
All right, after
Okay.
you're sued and you have to rename it, what's it called?
Z-Base.
Z-Base. Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Z-Base. I like that.
Z-Base.
Shit,
Z-Base.
it's just such a hard question.
I know, I
I
was
couldn't
fine.
think of
Answer
shit,
to it.
honestly.
Fucking Austin just fucking nailed it.
I know,
and
I don't
now
know.
I'm like, how am I supposed to top that shit?
I already got it figured out myself. The Daw Nation Daw.
Wow.
Oh. I think you're also getting sued.
I don't know because it's got Daw afterwards.
Oh, the Da Nation Da.
The Daw Nation Daw.
You do that. You do that. I'll do Dur Nation.
Der Nation.
Der Nation.
There.
Soundation already exists as Meatbag.
Foundation.
The dog.
Terrible name.
The Dog House.
Dude.
The Doghouse is a
Damn.
banger. Who said that?
Hookline
fuck
just
said
keeps
that?
it coming.
Yeah.
Tortellini in the doghouse. Jesus.
Oh.
The Doghouse is so good.
Okay, next question. What do you use for sidechain? I myself use Shaperbox 3.
Shaperbox 3.
I use Kickstart 2.
Very nice.
Inverse. No, polarity change phasing.
No, you don't.
I do.
You use Kickstart 2.
Yeah, I know. I use Kickstart.
I'm the one who got him that fucking plugin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was $20.
I use Sooth for my sidechain, so it's spectral sidechaining, so
spectral?
it's really good. It's clear.
That means it's better.
Super clear, dude.
Yeah.
dude.
Hookline uses a treated room.
What?
What? Are you
He's
kidding
that
me?
good, dude.
Wow.
Ooh.
Those must be some expensive acoustic
Next
panels.
question. These two questions are nearly identical.
Wow.
Oh,
Farts or queefs?
Jesus Christ. AT.
I did not do that one.
Oh.
Actually. I don't know. Farts.
Farts.
Farts for sure. I don't.
Farts.
I've never really.
Oh,
like,
Meatbag goes with Dave on this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said
me and
queefs?
you, Meatbag.
They're funnier. Yeah, but they're not as enjoyable for the... Like, for me, queefing isn't as fun as me
Well,
farting.
you can't
I
queef.
love.
Right. So
yeah.
therefore, I choose farting.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it's
That's
not
fair.
fair that women can do both. Like if I could fart out of my dick, that'd be sick.
That'd be tight. That'd be tight. I bet it feels good.
That would be tight.
That'd be tight.
That'd be tight. Blow some bubbles.
Yeah.
Get in
A little
underwater.
Snot, a little snot in there. Ooh, underwater. Dude, that'd be sick as fuck.
Bubbles out
That'd
your
be
dick.
so sick.
Try and blow some.
It wouldn't be tight
Rings.
after. You're right.
Go for the ring.
Got to do your Kegels.
Wait, Austin, did you answer?
Farts. They're
Yeah.
they're funnier than queefs.
Oh.
Farts
Yeah,
are really.
I'm the real feminist in this group. That's
you're
what we
right.
can all take
You
from
are.
this.
You are. It's true.
Yeah.
And Meatbag is a woman.
Probably.
Next question is the same.
Shitting on our VIP over there.
Farts or Daft Punk or LMAFO?
Oh, banger question.
Oh,
I mean, there's an
Daft Punk.
obvious answer.
Yeah, it's
LMFAO.
I think I know. I'm gonna say Daft Punk. What were you
yeah,
gonna say,
go with
Caleb?
double penetration for sure.
I'm gonna go double penetration as well.
Laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
What was, oh, you said LMFAO or
No, I'm gonna go with Daft Punk, but LMFAO definitely had a bigger impact on my life.
That's insane.
That's-
I know.
That's
Sad.
wild.
Yeah.
What the
That's
fuck?
very sad.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Actually, not true.
Yeah, he can.
I mean,
he
think
can
about
that.
think about what Daft Punk has done,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and just
they've influenced every other artist.
Understand.
They've influenced LMFAO.
right.
Yeah.
So
there was
therefore-
no LMFAO.
Yeah, you
without
don't
that.
get LMFAO without Daft Punk.
You also don't get these massive live visual performances without Daft Punk.
That's true.
They fucking upped the ante on
they
that
started
shit.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, folks,
But I
DP
had
all
an
day.
LMFAO T-shirt when I was 13, so I don't know. More
Did
effect
you
on my
really?
life. I
Did you
did.
really? Wow.
Yeah.
So you were like one of the cool guys, right?
I was so cool.
That
yeah.
was sick. That's sick.
It's pretty
by
awesome.
cool you mean lame?
Yeah.
It said every day I'm shuffling.
Oh, that
you know
is
how many
lame.
compliments I got on that shirt?
Well, I'm
does
sure, dude. In
shuffle.
like middle school, though, fucking, or like early high school, I could see that.
Meatbag thinks you're being racist.
For who?
That's a good shirt.
Who?
That's a good shirt, actually. Every day.
Wait, is LMFAO? What race
Every
even
day
are
shuffle.
they?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
a
know
good
what
shirt.
LMFAO. What race are they?
Well, it doesn't matter anymore.
They're women, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I think they're women too.
Folks, thank you for tuning in for
Thank
episode
you.
121.
Pussies at the least.
You can find Worn In on SoundCloud, yes?
Yes, I have a song on there called "Running." If you want to listen to it, cool. If not, cool.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. It's a good track. Folks, we'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. You can follow us on all the normal things. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.